press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi students, in the previous videos we started discussion on the mechanical effect of electric current, and one expression we derived, the force on a conductor carrying current placed in a magnetic field. And we also seen some applications, and continuation of that, last one problem, general equation I am showing what happens if there is a friction or no friction when a conductor is placed on an inclined plane. This is a plane making angle theta, and a conductor is placed parallel to this. Magnetic field, imagine applied perpendicular to the plane. Current is from the right to the left. If the gravitational force is pulling downward as mg sin theta, if we applied the left hand rule to identify the direction of the force, forefinger gives the direction of the field normal to the plane, current from right to left, thumb represents the direction that it carries it upward. That become BIL, because I and BL, IL and B are perpendicular, BIL. So that is, I can show with a transverse figure. So this is the angle theta, and the wire is carrying the current into the board, and weight is acting downward, mg, resolving that into two components as mg cos theta. If this is theta, this is also theta, and with respect to this is a normal and also the direction of B. mg sin theta is acting downward, but this surface is rough and having coefficient of friction mu. Then another force is acting downward here, because under the action of magnetic force, the wire moves upward. Friction always opposes the motion, and mu mg cos theta is the other force come into play. Together three forces, one gravitational force, one frictional force, and magnetic force. But when we see under this condition, this is the direction of BIL. BIL is equal to mg sin theta plus mu mg cos theta is a relation. They may ask anything in this, because magnetic field, current carrying wire, length L, mass of the wire, or coefficient of friction. Theta the angle between the made by the inclined plane with respect to the ground or horizontal. Among these, they may ask anything, but this is the equation we have to take if there is a friction. If there is friction. If the friction, no friction, mu 0, surface is smooth. For smooth surface, mu becomes 0. In that case, equation simply become BL equal to mg sin theta. These two, this becomes 0. And hence the answer, what we taken in this case is, B is acting perpendicular to the inclined plane. B is perpendicular to inclined plane, and current is from right to left. Another second situation, similarly from this I can show with one figure. If the magnetic field is acting vertically, if this is the angle theta and the wire carrying current, now the magnetic field B is acting vertically upward. B acting vertically upward. This is the direction of mg, remaining are same as per the previous case. Now it is mg cos theta. This is theta and this also become theta. However, mg sin theta is acting gravitational force which is pulling the wire down when the B is acting vertically upward. Let us take the component of B normal to the surface. That become B cos theta. Suppose this is B cos theta. Apply the Fleming's left hand rules to know the direction of the force. If it is B cos theta, the direction of B, and the current is inward. Current is inward. Current is inward. So look into current is inward, D is upward. Now along the inclined plane, opposite to this, BIL, this component which is normal is B cos theta. This is the force acting. If no friction, you can think only these two forces. Mu 0 mg sin theta is equal to BIL cos theta. And BIL is equal to mg tan theta is the equation. If the magnetic field is acting normally upward. And another component which is acting this direction is a B sin theta. So apply the rule again. It is B sin theta and current is inward. So now this thumb represents another magnetic force. It is in the direction of mg cos theta acts. That is BIL sin theta. The force is resolved in two directions. One parallel to the inclined plane and another along normal to the inclined plane. These two together, if there is friction, mu is not 0, then you have to use the equation BIL cos theta. These two together responsible for the friction because normal force is these two. Normal force into mu gives you the frictional force. Therefore, it is mg sin theta plus mu into mg cos theta plus BIL sin theta. This equation has to be used in case there is a friction when B is acting normally upward. So depending on the situation, the data they give in the entrance, you can find the values. Because there are different values, coefficient of friction, mass of the wire, the length of the wire, current in the wire, and magnetic field. Whether the magnetic field is applied perpendicular to the inclined plane or acting vertically upward. The two situations I explained here. With the same current carrying conductor experiencing a force, we are getting the expression for the force between two infinitely long thin parallel conductors carrying current, an important relation for your board examination. Five marks question, an important for board exam. Force per length of two parallel conductors carrying current. Force per unit length between the two parallel current carrying conductors placed in the magnetic field. So they mutually, we are not applied any magnetic field here. So just imagine a plane perpendicular to the board. The plane which I am considered is perpendicular to the board, this plane, and the two infinitely long straight conductors. First one is X, if I called as current I1, and the second one carrying the current I2 as Y, maybe as conductor 1 and conductor 2. Separation between them is R. So we are not applied any magnetic field, but we see there is a force of attraction or repulsion begins when the two conductors carrying the current. Why? Because each conductor, when carries a current, produces a magnetic field. When the magnetic field produced by one conductor may be linking with the another conductor, then the second conductor is appearing to be in the magnetic field of the first one, and it is already carrying a current. We already discussed, when a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field experiences a force. So thus there is a mutually, the magnetic field of the first one can exert a force on the second, or magnetic field produced by the second one can exert a force on the first one. What is the force per length on each conductor kept parallel to each other? To have this, first let us think, as this is the conductor 1 carrying the current upward, according to right hand clasp rule, when you compare here, the field is into the board, perpendicular to board, into the board of the first one. That I can show with a cross mark, or directionally I can show it as B. 1. What is the magnetic field of first conductor? B1 is mu naught I1 by 2 pi R. The separation between them is R, current is I1. Now if you see here, the magnetic field is acting into the board, current is acting upward. Directly you can see that the force is acting towards the first. That means this conductor is appearing to be attracting the second conductor. If I call it as F21. What is F21? The angle between them is 90 degree. F21 is B1 I2 if the conductor is of length L, sin 90, because I2, that is current element second, and magnetic field are mutually perpendicular. So this magnetic field is into the board, this acting into the board, perpendicular, but it is in the plane of the board. Hence we got that equation. Substituting from 1, I can write F21 equal to mu naught upon 2 pi R I1 I2 into L. So this is one equation we have for this. Equation 2. That acting towards the first one. Let us see similarly the magnetic field of 2. Magnetic field of 2. B2, again I can say mu naught I2 by 2 pi R. Same distance. When again I apply the Fleming's left hand rule to see the direction, it is out of board. So that means the magnetic field now is out of board acting in this direction. B2. This B1. Again angle between them is 90 degree. Experience a force. If you again compare the force, current is upward, magnetic field is outward. See now, current upward, magnetic field is towards us. The force acts in the direction opposite to the F21. It is F12. It attracts the second conductor. What is F12? Is B2I1L sin 90, because again angle between them is 90 degree. So this can also be written as mu naught I1 I2 L upon 2 pi r. From 3 we substituted for this, B2 substituted and we got the answer. From 2 and 4, magnitudes are same but acting in opposite direction. Generally I write F can be written as mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi r. I am talking only the magnitude, because F12 is equal to F21 and I written just the force of attraction or repulsion may be experiencing between the two straight parallel conductors carrying current I1 and I2 for the length L. R is the separation between them, force on each visible. Force per length on each conductor. Force per length on each conductor, F is equal to F by L, which become mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r. This is the equation for it. Now this is considered the expression for force per unit length as mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r is the equation number 5. So this is considered as the standard equation. The derivation you are asking in the board examination for 5 marks. So each of the conductor per unit length, how much force experiences is directly says it depends on product of the current in the two and inversely on the separation between them. Lesser the separation, more is the force. Larger the current, more will be the force. Larger will be the force. So this derivation you are asking for the board examination, I hope you are understood here. Here there is a force of attraction when the two conductors are carrying the current in the same direction. For derivation concern, just consider the two conductors of infinite length, thin straight conductor carrying currents I1 and I2, separated by a distance r. To begin with, consider the current I1 which produces a magnetic field on the second one B1 is given by this. B and I are perpendicular. The force which is acting towards the first one is given by this. B1 we substituted from that equation and got this answer. Similarly, the second conductor carrying current I2 produces a field on the first which is acting out of the board, and this given by this. And again B2 and I1 are perpendicular, hence the value is this. And force on each conductor, whether the first or second, we got the answer. Force per unit length is how much means? Force per unit length is mu naught I1 I2 2 pi r. It is found to be directly proportional to the product of current and inversely with the separation. However, you come to know when they carry the current in the same direction, they attract each other. So that here, however, if they carry the current in the same direction, attract. If they carry current in the opposite direction, what is the situation? Let's see. So this is the current I1. So I remove this and come to the other space problem. So I hope you are understood the derivation. So it is for the 5 marks you are asking the more important one. So what we got here is force between two parallel conductors carrying current is mu naught I1 I2 L upon 2 pi r. Force per unit length is mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r. Now if the two conductors carry the current, we come to know if they are carrying current in the same direction, the field is here into the board. The field what we see produced by the first one, the separation is R. The field is into the board, and here the field is out of the board, and we saw the force of attraction F12 and F21 attract you when there is a like direction of current or like current. Currents are in the same direction. Between the two parallel conductors carrying the current, there is an attraction, which is quite opposite to the knowledge we had in case of electrostatics and magnetostatics. Two like charges repel, two like magnetic poles repel, but two like direction of current attract. Please remember this comparison. And suppose if the two wires are carrying the current in the opposite directions, I1, and let us see it is I2. However, for the first one concerned, as previously you have the knowledge, this gives you the magnetic field B1. When the current is upward, downward here, this gives outward, but this side is inward, and field is again into the board. Both field is into the board, but current are perpendicular. When you apply the Fleming's left-hand rule, field is into the board, current is upward, you are seeing that the force which is acting is to the left of us. That means F12. Similarly, if you see the direction, magnetic field is into the board, current, now you are seeing that it is away. That means the force is acting F21. Repulsive. Unlike current. If the current is in the unlike direction, opposite direction, they repel, like direction attract, unlike poles attract, unlike charges attract, but unlike direction of current in the two parallel wires, they repel each other. But two parallel wires carrying the current in the same direction attract each other. This generally we are seeing by the side of the roads in electric poles between the wires. We have kept sufficient separation to minimize the force of attraction between the two wires when they are carrying the current. Between the two electric poles, you are seeing that two wires are placed at certain separation so that they cannot be mutually come under attraction. Because when they carry the current, there is a chance of attraction. Depending on the strength of the current, separation is maintained. So normally in the streets we are seeing in the city, the separation is less. But you are seeing the current carrying to the different cities, the larger power carrying wires, they kept the separation is large. Depending on the current strength, they keep the separation between the wires separate, different. So this is one. Just you can see also that if the two wires are carrying the current in this direction, so they are in the attraction, they come under attraction here. So they attract. Suppose if they carry the current in opposite direction, the one may be same, I1, I2 is opposite. In that case, we see that there is a repulsion. They repel each other. So like direction, attraction, but unlike direction, there is a repulsion. concept. Finally, remember here, direction of force or nature of force. Instead of direction, I can say nature of force like current, attraction. Unlike current, repulsion. So with this again, if you see the situation, suppose we have the two positive charges, Q1 and Q2, at certain separation R. They are moving with certain speed. The speed of first one is V1, speed of the second one is V2. However, you know that a moving charge in a magnetic field experiences a force. One concept. At a separation R, this charge which is moving with a certain speed produces a magnetic field here V1. This, because of the field and this charge is moving, there is a force. Similarly, on the other, as like current carrying conductors, we can have the expression for this. Force is equal to B1 Q2 V1 V2. If you substitute for the B of this, we get an expression that mu naught upon 4 pi into Q1 V1 of this Q2 V2 by R square. This is the expression for the force between two charges traveling parallel to each other with velocities V1 and V2 at a separation R. For instance, it is a magnetic force. The second, you can think there is a electrostatic force also. Electrostatic force is Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square is 2. If I compare the two, electrostatic to magnetic force. Electrostatic force Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square. Mu naught upon 4 pi Q1 V1 Q2 V2 upon 4 pi R square. When we cancelled, we see that it is nothing but 1 by V1 V2 into mu naught epsilon naught. But you know that speed of light or electromagnetic wave is root of mu naught epsilon naught. Speed of electromagnetic wave. If I substitute, we get electrostatic force to magnetic force is a c square by V1 V2. So I given you a relation. Why? Because the questions which are coming in the entrance on one base that if the two electrons or the two protons are made to move with certain speed parallel to each other, the simple whether they attract or repel or they cannot experience any force, such four options they give. What the conclusion is, it is a speed of light. Speed of light, V1 and V2. So generally I can write product V1 and V2 is less than c square. If that is less than c square is higher means Fe is higher. That Fm and F is electrostatic force is higher. In this, electrostatic force is higher than magnetic force. Magnetic force, when the two charges are carrying the current in the same direction, is attractive. But electrostatic force between the two charges, like charges, is repulsive. So repulsion is stronger than attraction. Thereby, they start to move away from each other slowly, they depart. There is a force of repulsion experiencing between the two charges, carrying charges Q1 and Q2 and moving in the same direction. We see that repulsive force of electrostatic is stronger than attractive force, as shown by this relation. Force between the two charges under magnetic field, they are produced by themselves, and electrostatic and compared. Instead, if you think the situation same, so this is the charge Q1 and it is Q2. One is moving upward with velocity V1, other is moving down with velocity V2. What happens? Electrostatic force is repulsive. Already you know electrostatic force is repulsive because both are positive charges or both may be negative charges, like charges we taken, maybe plus or maybe minus. When the charges are moving in opposite direction, you come to know current in the opposite direction, they are repulsive. Same direction, attractive. Magnetic force is also become repulsive. In this case also you say that they move away. Force of repulsion they experience and they move away from each other. They cannot come closer. So I hope you are followed. When the two charges, like charges made to travel parallel to each other with certain speed at certain separation, they experience a repulsive force if they are traveling in the same direction because of electrostatic force is stronger than magnetic force, which is generated due to the mutual generation of the magnetic field and affecting on the other. Whereas if they are moving on the opposite direction, both magnetic and electrostatic become repulsive, and again the charges, like charges may move in the same direction or in the opposite direction, they experience a repulsive force and move away from each other. So that is what I given a conclusion at this point. Let us come to the next part. So I am giving you an example on this. So let us think there is a wire carrying current I1 and a current loop, a square loop of current. So this distance may be A and other distance may be B, carrying the current I2 Now the question is the force experiencing by the loop, whether it is towards the conductor or away from the conductor, and what is the magnetic field. Force between the loop and the conductor carrying current I1 and I2. So first you look into the chances. The first problem I am considering on this. For a given length, if you take the force, this is of length L and this is also length L. This may be you are coming B minus A length is. But however, the force that it experiencing, if you take the magnetic field produced by this is into the board for every point. B is acting into the board. So this horizontal portion you taken and measuring the direction, or if you want to find the direction of the field is into the board, current is outward. So current is to the right, force appears to be acting upward. If I call this as a part 1, F1. As both are perpendicular, no doubt force F1 same length and also the current same, upward acting. For the same magnetic field, but the current is towards this. That makes the downward force. That means the force here acting for the Down horizontal portion of the loop is acting downward. These two are equal in magnitude and opposite direction because length same, current same, field same. BIL is the same for all them. And mutually cancel. Therefore, no net force. There is no vertical force on the loop. But there is a horizontal force if I call this as 3 and 4th part. Both are carrying current in the same direction is attractive F3. And here opposite direction parallel to each other, opposite direction is F4. Repulsion. So net force on the loop. Net force on the loop of length L. Net force on the loop of length L. So that force is equal to F3 minus F4. Mu naught, length same I write, I1, I2 same, I1, I2, L same, divided by 2 pi same, only is 1 by A minus 1 by B. So attractive force, F3 is stronger than F4, therefore loop is attracted towards straight conductor. It attracted towards the straight conductor with a force F equal to mu naught I1 I2 upon 2 pi AB into L into B minus A. So this gives you the magnitude and direction is given by this. So one straight conductor and another loop, same plane both are. Vertical components of forces cancel. Horizontal parts portion of forces are present and they mutually acting in opposite directions. And F3 is stronger than F4. Loop is attracted towards with this strength. Take another example. Coming to an example other than that. So take this second example too. You are given the 3 conductors carrying the current in the same direction. I1, I2 and I3, 1, 2 and 3. Separation between these two is R12. Separation between these two is R23. For equilibrium of the mid-wire, condition they may ask you, equilibrium of mid-wire or wire 2. Equilibrium means the force acting on that should become 0. Both are in the same direction, attractive force you are knowing, this force become attractive F12. Again these two are in the same direction, it is F23. For equilibrium, their magnitudes, opposite direction you come to know, their magnitudes become same, then the wire will come to equilibrium position. For that, mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi R12 is equal to mu naught I2 I3, I1 and I2 divided by 2 pi R23. Separation between second and the third. Here if you are observing I2 mu naught 2 pi, I2 mu naught 2 pi cancel. Condition what we get is I1 by R12 equal to I3 by R23. So we have to adjust according to the data, what they give. There are 4 variables we are seeing here. Separation between the first and second wire, separation between the second and third wire, current in the first and current in the third. So we have to adjust suitably so that this ratio should remain same. Or I can write it as I1 by I3 is equal to R12 by R23. So that we can get the equilibrium situation of the wires in that. Let us come to another example. Free hanging of a wire. So let us take the example next. So a rigidly fixed wire we have one. Let us imagine this is rigidly fixed wire. So it is carrying current I1. Above that, at certain distance R, if it is of mass M and length L, the wire which is of mass M and length L carrying current, it should hang freely means in what direction it should carry the current. If you look, there is a force due to gravity which equal to mg, and also there must be a force of repulsion. This should balance, it should free hang. Free hanging or free suspension, we have to see it. For that F of magnetic, that I can say mu naught I1 I2 length is L upon 2 pi R. They should be repulsive. I told when they repulsive, they carry the current in the opposite direction. That means it should carry the current I2. This must be important. And what the condition you have to apply here is this. For free hang, free suspension in air, only chance is Fm must be equal to Fg. That is equal to mu naught I1 I2 L upon 2 pi R equal to mg. This condition you have to know. Depending on the values they give, current 1, current 2 or length or mass, anything they may ask, or how much it will rise, everything is given. You have to find the value of R. They are together. When current is passed, slowly the second conductor is started to rise upward. How much high it will rise means, first magnetic force is stronger than gravitational force, therefore it is taking the wire upward. But as the separation goes on increases, magnetic force decreases. And at one equilibrium situation, the magnetic force becomes equal to the gravitational force and stops further rising of it. What is the maximum R? The separation between the two wires. The question may come giving all other data. So the condition is this I am saying. According to the question appeared in the entrance, you have to answer that. Suppose the free hanging wire. The other example, the upper wire is fixed, rigidly fixed. Free hanging case, the current is I1. So if I take the lower wire, separation is again I am saying R. Again it is also of mass M and length L. Mass M and length L. Now there is a gravitational force which is pulling it downward. But it has to be attracted means, please remember in this case, current I2 must be the same direction. That first you have to decide. To make it equilibrium, for equilibrium condition, I2 must. Then this force must act upward attractive force 2 pi r. The situation is changed. Lower wire is hang free hanging. Same condition again I apply. Length mu naught I1 I2 L upon 2 pi r equal to mg. But the current must be in the same direction. In this case, again at the earlier this starts falling downward. It may falling downward, but when it carries a sufficient current at certain distance, this may hold itself at particular position. That's what we have seen the two cases, free hanging of a wire. I am saying one case, there may be an entrance possible, that if under this equilibrium situation, now either the upper wire or the lower wire against the gravitational force that is balanced now, I slightly perturbed this, then it starts oscillating. If I just pulled it for a small distance and left, then it starts upper wire, or here this pulled it and left, this starts oscillating. What is the time period of oscillation for small displacement of the wire? Under equilibrium, I given a small displacement, then starts vibrating. This gives the time period of oscillation can be shown to be equal to R by G. Please remember that also an important relation. The two wires, however, we made it equilibrium. Small displacement when given at the wire, that starts making this free hanging wire to vibrate because under the two forces. So that equation is given by R by G. G is acceleration due to gravity, R is the separation between the wires at equilibrium condition. So I think you are followed. Let us come to the next one. I am taking a specific example in this case. So the example, the two wires are carrying currents I1 and I2. So the current I1 and I2 is equal to 300 ampere in the same direction. Each of length 12 meter. Each wire is of length 12 meter. Separation between them is 15 centimeter. The question is find the force between them. What is the force between the two wires? So it is an attractive force, no doubt, because both are carrying the current in the same direction. Force of attraction between two wires. F attraction is mu naught I1 I2 L upon L I am considering because they are given the finite length. So F attractive mu naught upon 2 pi. This value I am substituting as a 2 into 10 power minus 7. I hope you are knowing mu naught upon 4 pi is 10 power minus 7. Currents are same, that are 300 and 300. Into length is 12 meter divided by R, 15 into 10 power minus 2. So these two, 4 to 6, when 6 cancelled, minus 1 remained. 2 into 10 power minus 1 into 9 into 12 divided by 15. So even I say 3 5 times, 3 3 times. 6 into 12 by 5. 6 into 5, 2.4. 14.4 Newton. So there is minus 1 I left. 6 into 12 minus 1 is 1.2. 1.2 into 6 is 0.24. This becomes 1.44 Newton. The answer is about 1.44 Newton. So I hope you are given the currents both. Length is 12 meter each one. Separation between them is 15 centimeter given. Asked about the force. Force of attraction between two wires. Substitution. Got the answer is about 0.24, 1.44 Newton attractive force. Taking another one. So the two wires I1 and I2. So the current is long wire. I1 is given as 2 ampere. Length of this is 5 centimeter. Length 2, if I call length 2 as 5 centimeter, it is a long conductor. Separation between them, R is given 10 centimeter. The question, what is the B on this? What is B1? And also the F on the shorter wire is how much? Say it is a long conductor carrying current of 2 ampere. Magnetic field on this shorter conductor. Question is on magnetic field on short conductor. So this is at a distance d. This produces the magnetic field which is into the board. That magnetic field is given by mu naught I1 by 2 pi r. So I can write this mu naught upon 2 pi as 2 into 10 power minus 7. Current is 2 ampere divided by r is 10 centimeter. 10 into 10 power minus 2. 10 centimeter. So it is minus 1. 2 into 2 is 4 into 10 power minus 6 Tesla is the magnetic field 1 that produced on this short conductor. First part. In the second part asked force on short conductor. Again current are same, attractive force. Force is attractive, force equal to B1 I2L sin 90. Because I told you here the B is acting perpendicular to that. Theta is 90 between B and IL. Angle between them is 90 degree. B1 is 4 into 10 power minus 6. Current I2, I1, I2, how much I2 is? Five ampere. I2 is given here 5 ampere. 5 into length is 5 centimeter. Again 5 into 10 power minus 2. Length also given 5 centimeter, current is also 5 ampere. So 5 5s are 25. 25 4s is 100. That cancels. 1 into 10 power minus 6 Newton attractive. So I hope you are understood here. First, magnetic field you have to calculate from the first one. I1 they given 2 ampere. So I1 is mu naught I1 upon 2 pi r. This is 2 into 10 power minus 2 is cancelling 4 into 10 power minus 6 Tesla. So this magnetic field is perpendicular to the current in the second. The current given 5 ampere. Length of that conductor is also 5. How much the force this experiencing an attractive force is B1 I2 L sin 90. Maybe L2 if I count. B1 is 4 into 10 power minus 6. I2 is 5 ampere. It is 5 centimeter. 25 into 4 is 100. Therefore, these two cancel. Answer is 10 power minus 6 Newton. So, before going to the other term, just I conclude from this relation. F is equal to, we got mu naught I1 I2 upon 2 pi r. So we come to know this is the I1 and this is I2 and separation is r. There is a force of attraction in case of same direction, or force of repulsion in case the current in the opposite direction. So this force mu naught upon 2 pi can be written as 2 into 10 power minus 7. I1, I2 if I made 1 into 1, each carrying 1 ampere. Separation is also made 1 meter. In vacuum, thin straight wires, infinitely long. So this become 1. Therefore, F is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter. This is definition of 1 ampere. 1 ampere definition of unit, SI unit of current. SI unit of current. Defined as 1 ampere. If you send in both of the two infinitely long, straight thin wires carrying equal currents of same magnitude at a separation of 1 meter placed in vacuum, experience a force of attraction or repulsion equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter. Then current flowing in each of the conductor is said to be equal to 1 ampere. See first, this is one of the important definitions you are asking at the end of that derivation many times in the board exam, or even in entrance the question appears. So that this derivation end, you may be asking, you have to write this definition only. There are many definitions for ampere. 1 ampere current, 1 coulomb of charge crossing across a conductor per second. Or also in the magnetic field also we define the current 1 ampere. Here we define the current is an international definition of current unit 1 ampere. Remember here infinitely long wire, thin wires, straight wires carrying equal current kept in the vacuum at a separation of 1 meter. Keeping this mind, straight thin conductors, infinitely long, at a separation of 1 meter placed in vacuum, experiences a force of interaction. I am saying interaction, whether it is attraction or repulsion. Interaction of 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter. Then current flowing in each of the conductor is said to be equal to 1 ampere. This is the international definition of ampere. So thus I now say 1 ampere of current is that current which flowing in each of the two straight infinitely long thin conductors placed in vacuum at a separation of 1 meter experiences a force of interaction of 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter. That importantly you have to remember for that. The definition, international definition of SI unit of current as ampere. I am coming to another one important relation, that is torque on a current loop. Placed in a uniform magnetic field. The expression for the torque, the second important for board exam for 3 marks. Expression for the torque on a current loop placed in a magnetic field. Let us imagine the current loop. So the magnetic field a uniform magnetic field in which we are placed the conductor. This is of length B and this portion is of length L, carrying the current I, and here is also I, and this is I, again current here. So this is the suspension axis. About it, it experiences a torque. Now imagine normal to that at any point here, area vector or the normal or area vector of this loop, normal to the surface, normal to the loop, or it is representing the area vector, which is making an angle theta with the direction of B. B and area vector making an angle of theta. If I took this angle as alpha, as these two are 90 degree, because normal to the plane of the loop I considered here, this no doubt should be 90 minus theta, right? If I took this completed, I called it as X, Y, Z, P and Q. Now this angle is alpha, opposite. If that is alpha, now current is I. 90 minus theta. If it is theta, it is 90 minus theta. Alpha is 90 minus theta and this should be theta. So this I am translating in the other side and writing. Why will come to know later. So this part just I considered. It is X, length is B, and it is Y and Z. And this is the normal area vector or the normal and direction of B. Anywhere you can take, this is the direction of B. Current is in this direction. So we have taken that angle. This angle is theta, but This angle is alpha equal to 90 minus theta. Thereby, this angle become theta because this is alpha. The same I represented here. We can see later other part. So now what are the forces acting on this loop? The four arms for the loop. The four arms experience the four forces. But the force which I can say in the direction here, vertically upward, that force on xy, and again if I take here force on PQ, the two arms where this is alpha, magnetic field with that, BIL sin theta, both are equal and opposite. If we consider for them XY magnitude concern, FPQ or BI current, length is B sin alpha. So both are equal and opposite. Therefore, they cancel, mutually cancel. Mutually cancel and no force at all. But if you take the other vertical section of length L, there is a force acting YP, force YP, and another force here is force XQ. That I can show here, this acting force YQ, YXQ. And here the force is FYP. So this force is perpendicular because B and Y are perpendicular. This is the direction of B and this current is I. Angle between those two 90 degree. Therefore each one is BIL, or this is also BIL. FXQ is BIL. However, you come to know these two forces mutually cancel. There is no net force on them. Two forces remained. They are acting at a separation of B. So this is B, the length of the wire. Now, two equal and opposite forces acting at two different points on a body constitute a couple or a torque. Now this torque on the loop by two horizontal forces on vertical part of the loop. Horizontal part of the loop cancelled. Torque equal to one of the force, maybe XQ, into perpendicular distance between them is XZ. What is XZ I required? In this triangle, what is XZ you write? Opposite side by hypotenuse, it is theta. Hypotenuse is B. I can write it as a B sin theta, where theta is the angle between the area vector and B. This is the theta is the angle between area vector and B. So I can write here, magnitude of the torque is BIL into B sin theta. So this torque is equal to BI. L into B is the area of the loop, BIA sin theta. But IA means you are knowing it is moment, magnetic moment of a current loop. I into A, MB sin theta. We got the expression for the torque equal to MB sin theta. An important relation for this. If you want to write in the vector form, torque is equal to M cross B. Other discussions I take in the next video. We started some discussion general and come to the conclusion. We derived the expression most important for 5 marks in the board exam, and some examples on that we have considered. Also we defined the ampere, and if the current are in the same direction between the two parallel wires, attractive, opposite direction repels you. And important, the derivation for the torque on a loop placed in a magnetic field. I think you are understood. Two vertical forces are cancelled, horizontal forces equal in magnitude, opposite direction act at two different points, constitute a couple and produce, here these two cancelled, here BIL is each force into perpendicular distance between the two forces, as xz is b sin theta, L into b is area of the loop, mb sin theta, A is magnetic moment or in the vector form represented. The special cases we will see in the next video. Thank you.